land and I are one. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Torfala Nordora. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses?
Pathetic wretches.
Ashtherodanador.
Welcome to our village.
Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Anudora.
我们的城镇受到攻击。
Ashtherodanador.
First blood.
Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Torfala Nordora.
How dare you! Press the attack!
Torfala Nordora. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? It shall be done. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. What threatens these lands? Sleep dulled my senses. The land and I are one. Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora.
我们需要更多黄金。
Something is amiss. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. It shall be done. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. Anudora.
我们受到攻击。
Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Anudora. Something is amiss. It shall be done.
我们受到攻击。
It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodonador, has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, Ashtherodonador, it shall be done. Ashtherodonador, Anudora, it shall be done. Anudora, Ashtherodonador, Anudora, Ashtherodonador, it shall be done. Anudora, the land and I are one. Something is amiss. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Something is amiss. Ashtherodonador. How dare you! Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? Something is amiss. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Something is amiss. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses?
Pathetic wretches.
Something is amiss. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. Threatens these lands. Ashtherodonador. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. What threatens these lands? Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Something is amiss. Ashtherodonador. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? Something is amiss. Anudora. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Ashtherodonador. Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my
我们受到
senses?
攻击！
It shall be done. The land and I are one. Ashtherodonador. Threatens these lands. Has sleep dulled my senses?
我们受到攻击！
For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. What threatens these lands? It shall be done. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor, has sleep dulled my senses? Something is amiss.
How dare you!
Ashtherodanador, for Kalimdor, has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens
我
these?
们受到攻击！
Something is amiss. The land and I are one. What threatens these lands? The land and I are one. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. What threatens these lands? Something is amiss. Anudora. The land and I are one. Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses?
我们需要更
Threatens
多
these
黄金。
lands. For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Anudora. It shall be done.
Pathetic wretches.
Anudora.
Press the attack! How dare you!
Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, the land and I are one. What threatens these lands? Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. The land and I are one. Anudora. Ashtherodanador.
我们受到攻击！
What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora.
我们的城镇受到攻击！
Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done.
我们受到攻击！
Anudora. It shall be done. Threatens these lands. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. What threatens these lands? It shall be done. Ashtherodanador.
我们受到攻击！
Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodanador. Something is amiss. What threatens these
我
lands?
们受到攻击！
It shall. Anudora. The land and I are one. What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. It shall be done. The land and I are one. Anudora. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. The The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodonador, Anudora, shall be done. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor, something is amiss. Anudora, the land and I are one. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss.
Pathetic wretches.
Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor, Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, Ashtherodonador. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora.
我们受到攻击。
The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, something is amiss. Anudora. What threatens these lands? Ashtherodonador. The land and I are one. Anudora. Ashtherodonador. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Something is amiss.
Point the way.
Threatens these lands.
我们受到攻
Something is
击。
amiss. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Threatens these lands. Ashtherodonador. The land and I are one. Something is shall be done.
我们受到攻击。
The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor, the land and I are one. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. For Kalimdor, what threatens these lands? It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss. Threatens
我们
these
受到攻
lands.
击。
Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. The land and I are one.
我们受到攻击。
Has sleep dulled my senses?
我们受到攻击。
Something is amiss. What threatens these lands? The land and I are one. Ashtarodanador. For Kalimdor. Threatens these lands. Something is amiss. Ashtarodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtarodanador. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. Something is amiss. Anudora. Ashtarodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtarodanador. For Kalimdor. As sleep dulled my senses.
我们
Anudora.
受到攻击。
For Kalimdor. Ashtarodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtarodanador. For Kalimdor. Anudora. What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. Ashtarodanador. What
我们受到
threatens
攻
these
击。
lands? It shall be. Has sleep dulled my senses?
我们需要更多黄金。
The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora. Ashtarodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Has senses? For Kalimdor, something is amiss. Ashtarodanador. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, Anudora, it shall be done. Ashtarodanador.
そして俺の誘いにうなずく者もなかった。
Threatens these lands. The land and I are one. Something is amiss.
同じく部の道を極める者として理解しかねる。選ばれた者
Has
しか鬼
sleep
にはなれ
dulled
な
my
いというのに。
senses? Ashtarodanador. Something is
素晴らし
amiss.
き才能を持つ者が
It shall be done.
衰えている。
For Kalimdor. Threatens these lands. The land and I are one. It shall be done. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Anudora. The land and I are one. Threatens these lands. Ashtarodanador. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Threatens these lands. Land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodanador. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, Anudora. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor, the land and I are one. Something amiss. What threatens these lands? Anudora, for Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss. Anudora, Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora, Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador.
Double kill.
Dulled my senses. It shall be done. The land and I are one. Has dulled my
我们的
senses.
城镇受到攻击。
For Kalimdor, Anudora, Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. Anudora, the land of one. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. The land and I are one. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora, Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, Anudora, Ashtherodanador. Anudora. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, Anudora, Ashtherodanador. Anudora.
我们受到攻击。
Anudora. It shall be done.
受到攻击。
Is amiss. Anudora. The land and I are one. Something is
我们
amiss.
受到攻击。
Land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? Threatens these lands.
我们受到攻击。
Is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? Something is amiss. What threatens these lands? Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. Ashtenodana. For Kalimdor.
How dare you!
Anudora. It shall be done.
我们受到攻击。
Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses?
Pathetic wretches.
Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, the land and I are one. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Anudora. Sleep dulled my senses. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, the land and I are one. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. For Kalimdor, Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Anudora. It shall be done. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodonador. Anudora. It shall be done.
How dare you!
Ashtherodonador. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. What threatens these lands? The land and I are one. Something is amiss. Anudora. Threatens these lands. Something is amiss. It shall be done. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodonador. The land and I are one. It shall be done. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. Anudora. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora.
我们受到攻击。
Something is amiss. Ashtherodonador. For Kalimdor. The land and I are one. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodonador. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodonador. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodonador. For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Ashtherodonador. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodonador. It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Something is amiss. The land and I are one. Ashtherodonador. Anudora. It shall be done. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor.
Pathetic wretches.
Anudora. Ashtherodonador. Shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Torfala Nordora. Ashtherodonador. For Kalimdor.
Press the attack.
It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done.
そうか。
The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashterudala. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashterudala. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashterudala. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashterudala. What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Ashterudala. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Ashterudala. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Ashterudala. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Ashterudala. The land and I are one. Anudora. Ashterudala. It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashterudala. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss.
Pathetic wretches.
For Palanordora. Ashterudala. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor has dulled my senses. Ashterudala. Anudora. It threatens these lands.
Pathetic wretches.
It shall be done. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor. Anudora. Something is amiss. It shall be done. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anodorini Tala. Anudora. It shall be done. Anodorini Tala. Threatens these lands. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodanador.
Research complete.
What threatens these lands? The land and I are one. Something is amiss. It shall be done. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor.
我们受到攻击。
Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador.
我们的城镇受到攻击。我们受到攻击。我们的城镇受到攻击。
The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled something? The land shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor threatens these lands. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land
我们
and
的城镇受到攻击。
something is amiss. Anudor. Land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora.
我们的城镇受到攻击。
For Falanodora. It shall be done.
我们的城镇受到攻击。
The Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora. Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Something is amiss. Threatens these lands. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. Land and I are one. It shall be done.
Pathetic wretches.
For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. As sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora.
Press the attack. Anodorini Tala.
Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled
我
my
们的城
senses?
镇受到攻击，
Land and I are one.
我们
Ashtherodanador.
受到攻击，
For Kalimdor. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Threatens these lands. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor.
How dare you?
Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. What threatens these lands? Anudora. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. Anudora. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. What threatens these lands? For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. The land and I.
Double kill.
For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. What threatens these lands? It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodana. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. The land and I are one. Threatens these lands. Ashtherodana. Something is amiss. The land and I are one. It shall be done. Ashtherodana. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodana. For Fala Nordora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. As sleep dulled my senses. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Threatens these lands. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done.
そうか。
For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora.
破壊策ラッシン
It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Anudora. It shall be done. Anudora. Ashtherodana. It shall be done.
Press the attack.
Ashtherodana. Anudora. Ashtherodana. It shall be done.
我们受到攻击。
Ashtherodana. Anudora.
なぜだろうな。同じく部の道を極める者
Land
と
and
して
I
理
are
解し
one.
かねる。
It shall be
選ば
done.
れた者しか鬼にはなれないというのに。
What threatens these lands? Ashtherodana.
我们受到攻击。
才能を持つ者が醜く衰えていく。俺は辛い。
Threatens these lands.
死んでくれ教授。
Something is
若く
amiss.
強いまま。
As sleep dulled my senses. Anudora. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Something is amiss. What threatens these lands? Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor.
我们受到攻击。
Anudora. For Kalimdor. It shall be done. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. Anudora. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. It shall be done. For Kalimdor. Anudora. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador. As sleep dulls my senses, the land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? Anudora. Ashtherodalado. Anudora. Procalamo.
Pathetic wretches.
It shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss. Ashtherodanador. What threatens these lands? It shall be done. For Kalimdor, Anudora, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora. The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, it shall be done. Something is amiss. What threatens these lands? Ashtherodanador, Anudora, for Kalimdor, Anudora, for Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, it shall be done. The land of one. For Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, Anudora, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, Anudora, for Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, Anudora, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. Ashtherodanador, Anudora, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, Anudora, it shall be done. Anudora, for Kalimdor, it shall be done. Something is amiss. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, for Kalimdor, it shall be done. Anudora, for Kalimdor, Torfala Nordora, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, for Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, Anudora, for Kalimdor, Ashtherodanador, for Kalimdor,
Pathetic wretches.
it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, for Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, Anudora,
Torfala Nordora.
the land of I are one. For Kalimdor, something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses? It shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. For Kalimdor, it shall be done. Ashtherodanador, the land and I are one. For Kalimdor, has sleep dulled my senses? Ashtherodalador. It shall be done. Ashtherodalador
Double kill.
is a miss. For Kalimdor, Anudora. For Kalimdor. Threatens these lands. It shall be done. The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses? For Kalimdor, Ashtherodalador.